Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Bottom of Christmas Challenge with Brighton. So in today's episode we do have Newcastle away from home and Arsenal following that at home. Two difficult games to be sure. Newcastle are in the top half and Arsenal are of course in the top four. But we need points and we need them quickly. So after the events of the last episode, Southampton actually managed to win their game in hand that they did have over us and pulled further away from us. We are now 2 points outside of 17th position Fulham, who are the new team to beat. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this as things go. Fulham have Bournemouth in the league, which is, we picked up a point against Bournemouth, so that could potentially be a banana skin for them. Southampton play Leicester City away from home, who are currently sitting in 7th, so that might be a difficult game. In terms of Cardiff, who have they got? Doesn't look like Cardiff play on Saturday, they'll probably play the next day. And Huddersfield, who was sort of leaving behind now, 7 points clear of them, they have Everton away from home. And although we're not actually going any further than the end of this season, I did want to show you my youth candidates because I did get a 5-star left midfielder in Mike Lacey. So if we were to go forward with this save, he would definitely be one I would look into draft in, as we do play wingers, and having a 5-star player at a Premier League club tends to be quite good. Unfortunately, Andonia has picked up a knock for 4 weeks, so he's going to miss quite a bit of football towards the back end of the season. And that kind of puts a scupper to my plans of playing a complete forward, as Victor has no idea how to do that. So we'll have to have a look at it when we pick the team. So the results have come in terms of the other fixtures. Fulham ended up beating Bournemouth 4-2, so they have pulled away from the pack in terms of those playing at the bottom. Southampton did get beat off Leicester 1-0. Huddersfield ended up drawing 1-1. And I think someone else picked up a result. Cardiff ended up beating Burnley away from home 3-0. So the pack's tightened quite a lot. We are now 2 points off Southampton in 17th, 3 points off Burnley and West Ham in 16th and 15th respectively. We could really do with a win in today's game. To be honest, everybody picked up some points there, apart from Southampton and Burnley. It's tough. But Newcastle are 9th at the minute. They've had a very good season so far, winning 12 games out of 28. We're going to have to be at our best if we are to beat these. What kind of system are they playing? They are starting Locadia up front, which is surprising because he's not that good. But they're playing the 4-2-3-1. Looks like a lot of their play will be coming down the right-hand side with Matt Ritchie drifting inside and their right-back overlapping down there. So we might have to set our left-back. I think I'm just going to set him here to a support and then change it on the fly if we need to. We'll have a quick pick of our side and see what he suggests. Victor, he can't play a complete forward, so I'm not going to even risk it. We're going to go back to the pressing forward and see how he performs there. Shane Duffy, Lewis Dunk, where is he? He's suspended for today's game. That is not ideal whatsoever. And this is the reason why I wanted to sign a centre-half in the January transfer window. Balogun is not ideal in terms of his mental attributes, in particular, 2.5-star centre-half. It's not great, but he's going to have to do for today's game. This is how we're going to line up. Butland in goal, Montoya, Balogun, Duffy and Bernardo in defence. Do I want to start? Actually, I'm going to start Alex Martinez again at left back. Mohamed El Neni in defensive midfield. Pascal Gross and Davy Proper in the centre. Anthony Notyard, Jack Grealish and Victor leading the line. So Locadia does start up top for Newcastle United. They are playing the 4-2-3-1. Very attacking. I'm thinking I might go cautious from the start here. Newcastle are a better side and they are performing better in the league with a more attacking formation. So I think it will be appropriate for us to do that. We'll see how it goes. Well, the first 25 minutes have tell us absolutely nothing about how this game is going to go. Each team basically cancelling each other out as Matt Ritchie goes close with a free kick there. We've injured Jurgen Locadia, so their £25 million man will probably get substituted at some point. And that's going to be it for the first half, I think. Nothing else coming apart from that free kick from Newcastle. A point's great away from home, honestly. And in different circumstances, I will be absolutely buzzing with a point. But we sort of need the win a little bit. We'll play Arsenal in our home game next. We don't want to start getting pulled away from the pack too much. It's going to be tough, but we'll have to see how things go for the rest of this game. Pascal Gross to Victor up top. Can he find Jack Grealish on the left-hand side? He does. He's got the overlap from Alex Martinez. Can he get the ball in? He can. Oh my God, what's just happened there? It very nearly beat Darlow. And the VAR shows it didn't quite go over the line. Must have took a deflection off the Newcastle United defender. That would have been a great way to go 1-0 up, honestly. With half an hour to go, I am interested in potentially making some changes. I think we'll get Pascal Gross off for Izquierdo and put Jack Grealish in at centre midfield as the Metzala. just to see if he could potentially create anything in that centre. And we'll use the pace of his Quedo hopefully usefully in the spaces left by their Bowman on right back. But Fabian Schär, oh no. Oh, it's an own goal. Why? Martin Montoya. Literally, straight from the corner. It looked like Fabian Schär wins the header. He does. And Montoya falls asleep at the wheel. And he decides not to even react to that. And Newcastle go 1-0 up. And what the hell has just happened there? Was that Jack Grealish apparently pushed Cabral? Where is this happening? Is this him? Oh my god. Football Manager, what the hell is that? Why is that? Let's just go live. We'll say them score a penalty. We'll go 2-0 down. And there it is. Jack Butland can't save us this time as he did against Huddersfield. And that's just a ridiculous penalty to give away. Jack Grealish letting us down there. It didn't look like anything to me, lads. Let's be honest with ourselves. We'll look to make another couple of substitutions just to keep things fresh. We'll maybe go attacking as well for a lot of good that'll do us. But we'll have to go very attacking now. And Newcastle are just going to pick us off in the gaps that we'll leave. Knockyard ends up getting the ball after a fantastic challenge. If it gets us a goal here with 15 minutes to go, we might be able to get this. But we can't. We hit the bar. Well, if we end up getting beat 2-0 or even more in this game, it will be incredibly frustrating. The 2 goals that we've conceded have been pretty pathetic, to be honest. They've had 1 shot on target, 5 shots altogether. We've kept the majority of possession, but we're not creating anything either going forward. And that's going to be it. We're going to get beat 2-0 away from Newcastle. And now we've got to go and play a home game against Arsenal. That's not an ideal way to go into this episode. But there it is. Newcastle 2, Brighton 0. I've just messed up the team talk completely. And we're still 2 points clear. Obviously, we've got 9 games to go. There's still plenty to play for. This isn't the end of the road by any means. But we've still got to play Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Man United and Spurs in them 9 games. So we've got Southampton to potentially pick up points from, Cardiff, Watford and Fulham. We've got to be eyeing them 4 games up as wins, lads. Honestly, we need to win them 4 games or pick up the points in a surprise result in some of the other games. Yeah, I'll play on. We'll get to the Arsenal game. We'll see how we go there with Arsenal sitting in first. So we are here. It is match day against Arsenal. We are still 2 points behind Southampton. Looks like Burnley, West Ham and Palace have all played games. Fulham must have hit a run of form recently. They've well and truly got themselves out of it as things stand. 8 points clear from us in 13th position. This game's a bit of a gimme. You know, we fully expect to get beat. There is no hope in hell that we hope to beat Arsenal. So if we manage to get anything, you know, it's just a bonus. I am going to put Bernardo back to an attacking role as a fullback just to offer that support going forward. And I think I'm happy with the lineup. Lewis Dunk is still suspended, unfortunately. Andonia is still injured. I will look to get Nasoli March is still returning from injury. I think we'll just leave things as they are. I'm going to start Alex Martinez at left back instead. But that's going to be the lineup, the same that played Newcastle. Hopefully we can be a little bit more proactive going forward rather than this sort of stuff we fed up against Newcastle, you know. Even though possession-wise we had them, neither of us created any chances, and unfortunately they took theirs when it came. So shooting from left to right against Arsenal, we are at home. Hope for a good performance, if not a point. Highlights straight from kick-off, and it doesn't look like it's ending. Mkhitaryan's in the box. Great save by Butland to keep us in it. No. Highlight now, corner for Arsenal. Aubameyang's from post. We're going to go... Should we go defensive? No, we'll go cautious. Massive domination from Arsenal. We are actually going to go defensive 20 minutes into this match. They're causing us too many problems. 3 minutes to go till half time, and there's a... Oh, Kayal. Why? Why have you just... Oh, man. We were doing so well. There was no highlights. They hadn't created anything. And now we are down to 10 men. And that's probably the end of us, really. We'll stick our wing-backs back on to defend. Anthony Knockout will become a supporting inside forward. Victor will become a supporting pressing forward. Pascal Gross will have to become a defensive, deep-lying playmaker. This is just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. I mean, what are we meant to do now? massively drop our lines and hope to just... we're just going to leave things as they are. We've dropped their lines. Obviously, we're already on defensive. KL came in for the ineligible El Neni. So, it's straight red as well. Not even a second yellow. And we've just let ourselves down massively. Obviously, the penalty against Newcastle as well. It's 2 own goals there, really. An own goal against Newcastle, and along with the penalty, and a red card against Arsenal. We've got no hope if we continue making them sorts of silly mistakes. The kick-off highlight is still going, and we are currently in possession with Knockyard. Victor's in behind. Victor puts us 1-0 up 50 seconds after the start of the second half. Where that has come from, I have no idea, but I'm not going to question it. We'll keep things as they are. Knockyard with an absolutely fantastic pass through for Victor, who does well to get in behind the defence, and a great finish to make it 1-0. Listen, I'm not getting my hopes up here. Not even for a point. You know, Arsenal will probably come at us all hammer and tongs now that they've went 1-0 down against 10 men. But with half an hour to go, you never know. His highlight now, corner for Arsenal. Ozil with a strike from the edge of the box goes just over. With 20 minutes to go, we're still 1-0 up. I don't really want to change anything. With 10 minutes to go, I am going to change some things. I'm going to get Jack Grealish off at Izquierdo. And then in terms of, we're going to get Bernardo on for Alex Martinez at left back as well. We still have another substitution to make if we should require it. With 5 minutes to go. However, please hold on. 3 minutes to go. Are we going to be top of the league with 10 men from before half time? That is absolutely no. Oh, Aubameyang, please. Oh, no. Away. We've done so well. 30 seconds over the allotted time. Mustafi with a big clearance. I've already got us to sitting deep, yet somehow we're pushed up all the way up the pitch, and Aubameyang gets him behind, gets his 23rd goal of the season, and gets Arsenal the point in today's game. Please just blow the whistle, ref. Dude, why are you continuing this on? I've got a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach, but we managed to keep it. Oh, we were so close to FM and Arsenal. So close. But it wasn't to be. But we do pick up an unlikely point, and it might be an important point with 8 games to go. We are still 1 point off Southampton in 17th, who've got a game in hand on us. Let's assume they get beat. We're in a good position going into the final 8. We've still got 4 winnable games. Not winnable, but winnable. Southampton, Cardiff, Watford and Fulham. They are winnable games. But the other 4 are kind of write-offs. So we're going to have to... Next episode is huge. Southampton away from home. We need to get the 3 points. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you are enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.